Mediation Hertfordshire aims to resolve conflict in the community, and we've worked with Dacorum Borough Council from the start of our organisation, and we provide services to all Dacorum residents with neighbour disputes, family disputes, workplace disputes, school disputes, any kind of conflict, we're able to deal with it. We also take part in the Community Safety Action Group meeting every month, and we provide our services where it's appropriate there for neighbour disputes and antisocial behaviour. The first case study involved a noise nuisance between two neighbours, and one neighbour had complained that the other played her TV too loud and was very noisy at night time, which disturbed her sleep. And previously, a neighbourhood officer had visited the parties and discussed the dispute. An agreement had been made that when the party's TV was too loud or there was too much noise at night time, the other party would bang on the wall. And unfortunately, this agreement didn't work out, as the banging on the wall was taken as an act of aggression, and the situation became even worse. And the case had then been referred to Mediation Hertfordshire. Our mediator spoke to both parties, and they agreed to attend a joint face-to-face meeting. And in the interim, between the client calls with our mediator and the date of the joint meeting, the situation had greatly improved. And this quite often happens between parties as soon as the mediation started. And at the joint meeting, a 7-point written agreement was reached by the parties to ensure that the status quo remained. And when we followed up with the parties around 6 weeks later, the parties said that they were being civil to each other and there were no further issues with noise, and they'd found the mediation to be very helpful, and it appeared to be resolved. The second ASB case study was referred to us by the council, who reported that an elderly couple were living in a maisonette. The tenants that lived above them had moved out, and a young lady with 2 small children had moved in. The elderly couple downstairs reported that the noise nuisance was affecting their sleep and their health. They told the housing officer that they'd shouted at the upstairs neighbour and banged a broom on the ceiling to try and get the noise to stop, but it didn't. When the couple passed the lady in the street, they would ignore her and did not feel comfortable about confronting her with the issue. Our mediators spoke to both parties, and they both agreed to a joint mediation meeting. The meeting was held at a neutral venue, such as a community centre, and the joint meeting took place. The elderly couple explained their experience of the noise issue and how it was affecting their health. The young lady explained her situation. She'd been moved into the upstairs maison as a result of domestic violence. She had 2 children under the age of 5, both autistic and one being non-verbal autistic. And she'd been moved to a new area where she had no friends, family, or support network. She explained that she was on her own with the children 24 hours a day with no assistance. She had no idea of the distress that she was causing the neighbours downstairs, and her neighbours had no idea of her personal circumstances. The elderly couple bought the lady a rug to help deaden the noise that the children made, and they also offered to babysit for her once a fortnight so she could go out and build a social circle. We regularly checked back with parties following any agreement, and we were told that the situation had much improved. The lady was able to go out, and she joined a couple of groups and made friends, and there were no further complaints. Mediation in Hertfordshire accepts self-referrals from Dacorum Borough Council tenants. If you wanted to contact us on Mediation Herts, the website address is www.mediationherts, or you can give us a call on 01 442 268 044. Or if you wanted to drop us an email, our email address is help@mediationherts.org.uk, and we have 3 caseworkers who would be happy to talk to you and discuss your case and just see if it is suitable for mediation. So please give us a call.